Good morning. Welcome back to the Conagh Show. I got this mic that came with my new camera, so I thought we would give it a go. I don't know how well it works because it doesn't really directly connect to my camera. Like, I need a transmitter for that. Anyway, you don't care about that. Sorry about the lighting. It's a bit dark in here. Can you even see me? I'm just going to turn on my camera's mic for backup. I love crossing off days on the calendar. Oh my god, today's the 19th of June. Oh my goodness. But I'm going to bring you through a double training day. Do I like these? No. But sometimes they're necessary because it makes more sense, especially on my easy run days, to do a workout as well. It's definitely something that you should probably build up to because I would rather have more recovery days, if that makes sense, than realistically having one day off. I don't know, I'm lazy. I have such a bad habit of leaving everything to the last minute and then I don't end up finishing all my workouts. I usually hit all my runs. Just something we need to work on. I hope this audio is okay. I apologize if it's not. Should I check? I'm gonna check the audio first. Okay, we're gonna scratch the mic because Charlie's just drinking water. If you've been watching my vlogs for any period of time, this has been my go-to first thing in the morning breakfast situation. So we have Naked Harvest greens, mango magic, and strawberries. Is it strawberries and cream? Strawberry burst are the best flavors in my opinion. Now I feel like people either love or hate greens, and the way to make it better, because it's not gonna taste like a cheesecake, you know? It's greens, but I personally really like the taste of it. What you need to make sure you do is have it cold water. If it's even slightly room temperature, it's not gonna taste good. So I just do a serving of this. Recently, I've been really trying to be good about taking creatine because I feel like it'll really help me with running. I go through phases where I'll do it for like a week and then I'll forget about it. So far, so good. And then you need to get yourself one of these little whiskers because it makes a difference. And then I'm also gonna add an ice cube. Oh, that went everywhere. And that's my greens. This is great because I get a good dose of veggies because I have not been good about getting my 5 a day recently. So this is a great way to get some nutrients in first thing in the morning. I like having this before my coffee in particular, along with a snack because it kind of lines my stomach before I have coffee. In an ideal world, I would wait an hour or so after having this to have coffee. I'm not that good. So love my greens. I think they taste good. Have them cold. My protein coffee, I'm running low-ish on my favorite protein ever, the white chocolate swirl. You know what is actually one of my favorites, and I put it in my oats in the morning, is the vanilla pancake batter one. That's actually fire. Fire. My rice cake, some honey. This is an elite combo. If you've never tried it, try it. Someone said once ricotta cheese is really good with it. Cottage cheese has 12 grams of protein, well at least this one does, per 100 grams, which is pretty freaking good. I don't even know how I figured out to do this, but it's so good. Yummy. It's a bigger one.
I've seen them before. That what's good about that is I had the.
Hello, I'm just chiming in to let you know that Naked Harvest are having an end of financial year sale and they're going to be having up to 25% off site-wide, plus maybe a free gift. The sale will be starting on the 24th of June at 8 AM Australian Eastern Standard Time and it's going until the 30th of June until 11:59 PM. But make sure you use 25 off at checkout to get the discount. So I thought I would let you know, guys, if you've ever wanted to stock up on greens, protein, literally anything Naked Harvest has, now is the time. I've never thought of this. Why don't I just try and do the interval session on the treadmill at the gym, do that and then do my workout. Then I'm not like coming home, having a shower, driving to the gym. Like it makes sense, right? If you're gonna do any session on a treadmill, it's gonna be an interval session. But I'm also scared because I have never ever done it before, and running on a treadmill to me is way harder than running in the wild. Okay, should we try it? Because the cool thing about RUNNA, which is the app that I'm using for my marathon training, you can choose if you want it on a treadmill. So you can click outdoor or treadmill. So it'll tell you the kilometers per hour to put on the treadmill. So it'll be like warm up, 1K warm up, no faster than 10.3 Ks an hour. Because obviously when you're running not on a treadmill, your pace will change every second type of thing, unless, you know, you're super consistent. You might run faster for 2 seconds and then slow down like a little bit and then speed up a bit, but your overall lap pace will hit whatever pacing you're aiming for. Running on a treadmill, you're running the same pace the whole time. Yeah, let's give it a go. If it goes wrong, then I'll give up. That sounds so bad. And then I'll just do the workout and then we can try the interval session later. Because I'm gonna go to run club tonight. I also don't know like how sweaty I'm gonna get. I'm like, should I bring a change of clothes? This probably makes so much sense to the average person. Like, duh, do your interval session on the treadmill and then kill 2 birds with 1 stone, essentially. I've never done it. I've never done it. Running outside is way better. I'm gonna get ready. I'm not gonna film it because otherwise it'll be 10 p.m. by the time I go. Alright, we are back at it with the voiceover. I am actually impressed with myself considering I'm in my luteal phase. I did 12 kgs today with my shoulder press. I usually stick around 10, but I thought, Conagh, you're never gonna get any stronger if you just do the same thing. So a progressive overload, kind of, not really. But I think I did about 6 to 8 reps for this, and then I moved on to some squats. I wasn't going super heavy with this one because I'm not trying to fatigue my legs too much to the point where it really affects my running, but I was really trying to focus on powering up from the ground, if that makes sense. Just kind of working on that leg drive. Clearly I know what I'm talking about. And then I supersetted that with some, what do we call these? Chest flies? No. These ones. I did 4 kilos. Usually I kind of stick around the 4-5 kilo mark, but you want to try and not swing too much because you want it to be just in the arms and shoulders. And then I moved on to a standing shoulder press. I just did this on the Smith machine because I was going to do a superset with calf raises, and if I can minimize the amount of equipment that I'm going to use, I will do that. And I was really trying to focus going slowly on the down, so like eccentrically, I think that's what they say. Just trying to really time under tension vibes because obviously it's a little bit easier when it's on a Smith machine. And then the number one thing that every runner should be doing is calf raises. I feel like my calves have actually gotten a little bit stronger in recent times. I struggle with calf strength, but I feel like they're looking a little bit bigger. And I always try and focus on really extending my heel to the very bottom of that lift, if that makes sense, because you want to kind of get the maximum range of motion. And then I supersetted that with some hip drops. These I feel good. These help with quad strength and like single leg movements as well. And then I supersetted that with some side planks. Honestly, I swear I know what I'm doing, but I also don't know how to explain it at all. But anyway, that brings us to the end of the workout. So I went in and I changed my shoes, felt really fresh, you know, since this is a, well, technically tempo, but it's basically an interval session. So I popped on my fast shoes, you know, getting that shoe shot, and then jumping straight into the workout. So I started off with some walking at the beginning just to get my bearings, because this was my first workout ever on a treadmill in my life. Really. But we started off with a 1K warm up at conversational pace. So I was doing that. Don't know what speed I put it on. I had to repeat the following 3 times, which was 1K at 5:35 pace, followed by 1K at 5-minute pace. So I believe this is me starting the 5-minute per kilometer rep. It's funny because on camera, the difference between the reps like look the same, which really it's only like a 35-second difference. I definitely feel it in my legs, and I found it really, really hard. Like I was definitely pushing, even in the 5:35 reps as well, because it definitely it feels way faster on a treadmill. It does, because the pacing is much more consistent than what I'd be able to do in the wild. And even though it was very, very difficult, I actually really enjoyed it. And don't worry about taking breaks. Like, even though I wasn't actually supposed to in this workout, it was fine. Like, it's all right if you need to take a break in between the different paces. I think I would break for about maybe a minute, especially after that 5-minute per K pace. The main thing I was trying to do is work hard in the quicker pace and then try and take that 5:35k rep as a rest, even though it was still an effort. It's weird how you can kind of tap into your nervous system and try and like slow your heart rate down and make it feel more comfortable, even though it is a little bit faster. It's a really weird sensation. I mean, it's like when you're driving a car and if you're going 100 kilometers an hour, as soon as you drop down to 80 kilometers an hour, it's gonna feel a lot slower, even though it's still going fast, if that makes sense. That's actually the best analogy I can think of. It feels a lot slower, even though it is still, you know, pushing. That's my 2 cents. And as much as I harp on about how easy running makes you faster, doing the hard, fast sessions will, of course, also make you faster. I really was trying to push myself because sometimes I feel like I don't push myself enough in the fast sessions, but as you can see, I was gassed. And then I thought I could get a really cool shot with the camera. And obviously when you're running on a treadmill, it's not the most stable thing in the world. So of course it falls off. And I wonder why my cameras break. But anyway, as you can see, I was very, very tired by the end of this workout. Usually always want to do a cool down with any kind of hard effort, just so your bodies kind of return, your bodies, as if you have more than one, just so you can cool down gently and not just come to an abrupt stop. This is like the biggest bowl of oats I've ever made in my life. And I prefer my oats like a little bit wet, more runny, I guess you could say. There's a very small portion of the year where I like oats, and it's in this time of year when it's cold. And it's actually been keeping me really full because there are not many breakfasts that make me feel satiated for a long time. But this does. And after that interval run, I need it. I want to debrief with you on the workout and gym session. I decided right before I left that I was going to do the gym workout first and then the interval session second. Thank God I decided to do that because there was no way that I would have wanted to work out or felt good enough to work out after the interval run. I think if I'm ever going to do that, I definitely, sorry, I just flipped you off them. I think if I'm ever going to do that, I definitely need to do workout first, gym second. I also decided that I've switched my runner workouts to be a little bit shorter because you can choose if you want 30-minute, 45-minute or 60-minute. 60-minute is ideal, obviously, because you get more exercises, but I find myself feeling overwhelmed sometimes with the amount of volume that I'm supposed to do. Therefore, I feel like I skip gym sessions more often. So if I think, oh, it's only going to take me 45 minutes, 50 minutes to get it done, rather than an hour and a half, it feels a lot more manageable and like I can fit it in my day. I don't know. I feel like my calves are definitely getting a little bit stronger because that's definitely a weak point of mine. So sorry, I should address this. I wear the glasses like this because they kind of hurt my head after a while, but if I do it like this, it's not as bad. I did notice that my Garmin was a little bit quicker than the treadmill, and obviously the treadmill is going to be it's not more accurate, it is accurate than my Garmin. I noticed that it would be like maybe 10-20 meters behind or ahead, because I did kind of pause my watch because I wanted to start the treadmill and the watch at the same time. I'm pretty sure that was a tempo run, but I treated that like an interval run. I think the first rep I did connected, if that makes sense, so I went straight into from a 5:35 pace to 5-minute pacing. I'll tell you what though, I need to clean or wash or buy a new heart rate monitor strap because it stinks and it makes me stink. It's bad. Like, I wish you could remove the heart rate monitor part and wash the strap, but I don't think you can. Unless you can, let me know, please. So yeah, sometimes my watch would beep for the kilometer and I would pause it and wait for the treadmill to catch up for the last like 10 meters or something like that. So they were a little bit out of sync, which was annoying, but it was fine because I did treat each rep like an interval. It was hard and I was sweating my tits off, but I did like it, and I feel like I actually will do more sessions on the treadmill like that, because one, it is super accurate and it forces me to kind of run these fast paces. I just realized I have one more week of training, and then the following week I have the Gold Coast half. I definitely worked really hard in that workout, and I was glad that I got to use my New Balance Super Comp Elite, whatever the frick they're called, carbon plated shoes. Yeah, I feel very tired now. And I am so full still from breakfast. I mean, it's only like 2 o'clock, but I'm also gonna go to a run club tonight, which I'm gonna document in a different video. And I'm going with a friend that I've made. Guys, I've made some friends, which I'm excited for. I'm not like too nervous yet. I think if I was going by myself, I would be shitting bricks. I'm gonna keep editing this video. I feel like I've got heaps of editing stuff to do. This background is so cute. Also, let me know if the camera doing this is annoying. I feel like I'll try and turn it off when I don't need it on. But when I was using it in the gym to like make sure I'm in frame, that's so handy. So handy. But yeah, is it annoying? Let me know, or if you like it.